Hello, folks. We want to give an update. There's been a change to our approach, and there's been a lot of questions about ongoing topics. And so I wanted to take a minute and put together a video that would give everybody an update on where things are at and where things are going. So taking a look at the website here, you can see that there's been an update posted as of October 27th. YieldNodes has refused to return the initial capital of investors that are participating in YieldNodes Legal, and that we are now pursuing legal and law enforcement options for the retrieval of our capital. This came after the community had voted that we should try one more attempt after the open letter to put together a meeting with URS. So we made that attempt. I should say I made that attempt directly in DMs with URS, and I also posted a question to the official YieldNodes Discord. And it was upvoted by our community, made it onto the list for questions that URS would answer for that round. And he did reply to that and indicated nothing in regard to the return of initial capital for investors. So that's where that stands. Because of that and some of the characterizations made there and false claims about me and what I had done and not done, we decided that we had exhausted all options for the 2 weeks that we tried to work directly with YieldNodes, and that our only other recourse was legal and law enforcement. This is also what YieldNodes had proposed to us on their website publicly by saying that they would discontinue all communication with YieldNodes Legal, and that if we wanted to, then we should pursue any legal route. So that's the way that it's going. Let's hop into some of the updates. So we do have an attorney now that is collaborating with us in the background. I've been very happy with this. This has only been since Friday. It is now Tuesday as I'm recording this video. And we've made a lot of progress working with the attorney, a lot more progress than we did working directly with YieldNodes. So that has been quite encouraging. The attorney has proposed to myself and the admin group an outline for recovering funds. It appears that there are multiple channels of progress that we could make there. And so we will pursue those as makes the most sense. This did raise my confidence from 0% that we would get funds back to, I'm saying 50%. This is just a gut check of my confidence. I didn't see us making any progress with YieldNodes directly unless we wanted to participate in YieldNodes Pro and unless we believe that to be the proper path. And after that fell apart, I have to admit there was some pretty low confidence that this would amount to anything. But after talking to the attorneys and after seeing their proposed plan, it gave me at least some confidence. So I'm still undecided about what exactly has happened here. But the one thing is clear is that YieldNodes is not willing to work with us directly, except for on their own terms and in their own Discord and per their own plans with YieldNodes Pro. So there's, there's not much room there for negotiation. But again, this path with the attorneys looks pretty promising to me. On law enforcement, I have spoken with law enforcement now. This was also a change of pace and step for me. Up until Friday, I was only speaking directly with YieldNodes and with both the YieldNodes official community and the YieldNodes legal community. I had not reported anything to law enforcement or legal. As I stated at the start of this video, that has now changed and I am proceeding to do so. Many others, of course, have already reported things to law enforcement. The links are on the website. Many people wanted those. And many people in Discord are reporting to agencies all over the world, of course. So that's been ongoing, but that was, of course, small pockets and individual reports. But there hadn't been something that had been reported more holistically. So being in the position that I am in and having the data that I have, I was able to sit down with law enforcement for a few hours and go over everything with them. I can say that law enforcement is very interested in this topic and in this event. There's no official action yet, so I have not filled out an official report. I sat down with them. I actually approached their office and they had first deferred me off to websites that they have for reporting things. I explained a bit further the situation and they decided that they wanted to sit down with me on the spot. So they did that. They are escalating this event up their chain of command to their next office. and they will follow up with me soon. They're hoping this week. There will be more details, but most of the details we have to keep private for obvious reasons, but we will share much more with validated users. So we will talk about how we're going to do validation coming up and how that sharing will happen as well. So data verification. This also applies to how we're going to validate users. We have created a tool that can verify your claim data and also your YieldNodes account as being authentic. And this tool will first be sent to anybody who completed the intake form. So if you completed the intake form and you provided a email address, you should be watching your email inbox for a link and a video on how to use this tool. After that, if you did not submit the intake form yet, don't worry, you're not left out. We will have a broader distribution, probably even this week, after a few more days. Again, it's Tuesday right now, so maybe later in the week. We will publish this on our socials and on the website. The short version of what this tool is, it calculates your exact initial investment that's frozen. And we need this so that we know what exactly the claim is that is being made for YieldNodes to return funds. And it also validates your user account and make sure that you are a real YieldNode user. Obviously, we don't want bots, we don't want spam, things like this. It also provides all of the info necessary for group legal action. So this would be contact details and things like that. There's a much more detailed update in Discord and on Telegram with an FAQ. I am going to run through some of those frequently asked questions here, just to make sure that people watching this video also get a quick answer to things. Is it too late to join? No, it's not too late to join. It's never going to be too late to join. Just wait for the validation tool for right now and make sure that you submit your data through the validation tool. You will not miss the validation tool. It is going to be published everywhere, as I mentioned. And we will also provide a minimum 7-day countdown on our website, letting people know that there will be a cutoff for submissions. So until you see that 7-day countdown and until you see all the notices on all of our platforms, you have not missed the cutoff yet. Should you submit the intake form or wait for the validation tool? If you have not yet submitted the intake form, just wait for the tool. The intake form is being used right now to populate our validated users list and to email the tool out. You're more than welcome to use the intake form, but it's not going to be needed once the validation tool is published. I already submitted the intake form. Do I need to submit using the new tool also? Yes, you do. But the good news is that the new tool is a single button, so you're not going to have to manually enter a bunch of information like you did on the old tool. You're just going to pull up the new tool, you're going to verify things, and hit a single button. So it should be quick and easy. Do you need to do anything else with your intake form submission in order to use the new tool? No, you do not. You don't need to go back and edit anything. You don't need to delete anything, or you can just leave the intake form exactly as it is. Just wait for this new tool and use it as instructed. Does this new tool get access to my YieldNodes login? This is a question that many people had about concerns with privacy and security and things. No, we are never going to ask for your login information into any system or platform, and you should never provide it to anyone. I want more info about the legal plan before participating further. This is another thing that people have asked a lot about. I want to clarify, using the new tool will verify your account. It'll prove that you have a real YieldNodes user account. And this is going to allow us to create a space on our new platform where we can have verified and validated users who wish to involve themselves in a group legal action. There will be a separate confirmation step for that private group. So I want to be very clear about this. The tool that we're shipping just verifies that you have actual money locked in YieldNodes and that you have a real account. That's it. You will have a separate step where you can decide whether or not you want to continue with legal action. We will provide a lot more information to that private group. You will get some more details about the attorney and their office and their experience. You will also get more details about how we plan to go about things. Obviously, at some point, this will be made public, but for strategic reasons, we're going to keep this private for now. Can you submit multiple YieldNodes accounts using the tool? Yes, you can. As many YieldNodes accounts as you can verify, you can submit them. So a lot of people had family members that were in YieldNodes, or they have an account for themselves and their wife, or boyfriend, girlfriend, what have you. Yes, you'll be able to submit them all independently. Who has access to my data? Currently, I am the only person who has access to the data. This includes both the intake form data that you may have submitted, as well as any new data that comes in with the validation tool. Underscore on Discord is building the new web platform, and he's the only person that's going to have access to your data besides me in the future. He has docs with the admin group, and he works very closely with us every day. So we see his face, we know who he is, and we have high trust and respect for him. He's been there since the beginning as well. So those are the only two users that will have access to the data eventually. Again, currently, I am the only user who has access to the data. How do I delete my data if I change my mind? Sure, yeah. So if you submit using either the intake form or the tool, you can still have your data removed and no trail of your contact information left behind. Currently, you should be able to reload the form. Just go back to the website and click the intake form again, and it should load the same information that you had the first time you submitted. It has been reported that you do need to use the same browser in order for this to work, but that's how it should work. If you have any problems with that, or if you use the new data validation tool prior to us releasing the web platform where you can edit it, just reach out to me on Discord at Levi0x, or you can email me, levi@yieldnodes.legal, and I can make any changes immediately to your data. I have done this for people who wanted to change things or delete things or just confirm things. So feel free to reach out to me directly while we're shipping these things. How's your data going to be used? Well, again, submitting your data is not going to initiate any kind of group legal process. So I want to make that clear again. It's a data collection step. It is not blindly putting you into any kind of legal process yet. There's a separate confirmation for that. I get that question a lot. But we will use your data for blockchain analysis immediately. This is something that's ongoing with all the data that we have currently, and we will add more data to this and also work with third parties on blockchain analysis. More on that coming up. We may also provide your data to law enforcement agencies for their investigation into YieldNodes. I say may here because, again, as I mentioned with law enforcement, we've opened up a contact and relationship with them, but there's no official process or action yet. We are pending a follow-up. So again, all of these things will be duly confirmed, and we will always ask for your consent before going to any next step. We are not going to just run ahead of the group with some personal agenda or something like that. This will be a effort on behalf of the group of folks who want to get their capital returned. And if anybody at any time becomes uncomfortable or changes their mind or wants something deleted or what have you, you will have full control and opportunity to do that. We will make sure of it. So let's talk now a little bit about this web platform. So this is the one that Underscore is currently creating right now. It's going to replace our current website, and it's going to be a platform that you log into. This will give us a way to work with the verified community and give you a lot more control about the process of things and get updates on things and participate in more formal legal or law enforcement or blockchain analysis type of activities. So you will be able to view and edit anything that you've submitted to YieldNodes Legal through here. This will include your intake form results. This will include the data validation tool results, including being able to delete anything that you don't want to be in there anymore. This is where we will release the final approval for any kind of class action. So we will submit notices through this platform, and we will explain things clearly here, and you will have an opportunity to say, yes, I want to participate in this, or no, I do not. We may also post some polls or forum type activity here. We're not exactly sure about that yet, but this will be the hub for collaborating and working directly with us. I've already mentioned the data verification tool. Those results will be integrated into there. This is a live platform right now. This is not just an idea. This is currently running. You can sign into it. It pulls information in from the intake form, and so far the tests are looking pretty good. Blockchain analysis. So we originally wanted to release a lot of information on this upfront, But as we started to look into this, we feel that this is pretty key to this entire event. And the results are not 100% conclusive yet. And so we are keeping this private and quiet for strategic reasons, and we will continue to do that. We don't want to show our entire hand, and we're also not going to go out and make a bunch of claims on weak data and make fools of ourselves. So right now, the blockchain analysis is continuing independently, and it's also continuing with third parties. We're involving third parties in this as well to cross-check our data, but we're also looking at pulling in some companies to do some of this investigation for us. You can help us here, and this is the biggest point. Help us investigate. We need more data. We need more facts to reveal more truth. We don't want to go on speculation or hypotheticals. Use the data verification tool. This will provide us with more information that we can use and the third parties can use for finding out as much as possible about how YieldNodes is and was operating and what exactly happened to your funds and didn't happen to your funds. This data will tell us a better story and a more detailed story than anybody can think up or dream up. So please participate on this one. And with that, I just wanted to give a little bit of recap on where we're at with the community so far. This community has honestly blown my mind. The number of talented individuals here and the amount of goodwill here and the amount of people willing to contribute and help has been astonishing. The number of people that are comfortable submitting the report. Again, this doesn't include everybody who's aligned with us in vision or intent, but at least people who are willing to submit reports. That number is at 575. So that's huge. The unfortunate news is that these 575 YieldNode users were only able to withdraw just shy of 4 million. Meanwhile, they have over 28 million frozen in the YieldNodes platform still. So not a good thing. That's why we're here. That's why we're strong. That's why we're growing. We are spread across 70 countries. So we're able to tap law enforcement and legal and analytic information from around the world, literally, and 24/7 around the clock. And I can attest that's what I'm seeing. So quite an amazing thing. On Discord, we now have 1,348 members as of the recording of this video. I was just looking at the stats and charts for this. It's not slowing down. We are continuing to grow and grow steady. And again, it's only been just a few weeks since this event took place. So the growth is quite amazing. There is also an official Telegram, and that has over 500 members in it. All of these links are available on our website, YieldNodes Legal. So you can always hop over there to see what the top updates are, or to hop over to the YouTube channel or Discord or Telegram, or submit a report like here, or eventually the data validation tool. And as I mentioned, the website will soon be replaced with our new platform integrating all of these things. So that's the update. Feel free to reach out to me on Discord. That's where I'm most active. That's where most of the collaboration is ongoing. And we will see you guys there.